beautiful, and thank you for clicking on today's video. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I got my friends and family this holiday season. I have been told, and I'd also like to think, that I'm generally a pretty good gift giver. I feel like I listen to people really well, and I take a lot of time to select gifts based on people's wants, needs, or like an issue that they have in their life that an item can kind of correct, if that at all makes sense. This particular year, I did have a little bit of a stricter budget as far as gift buying, and I also didn't have the capacity to do as much like in-depth shopping as I normally do. I've had a little bit of a mental health issue the last couple of months, but I still wanted to, celebrate and get people gifts. But for that reason, I had to make things pretty streamlined as opposed to like going to Ross and going to Marshall's and selecting things and putting them, all the jazz. However, I still think I did select pretty good gifts. Also, in the interest of streamline, I have moved away from most of my friends and family, and in holidays past, I could do kind of shopping and then hand deliver these gifts. But now that they're going through USPS, I also have to factor in the charge of like mailing everything out. So some of these things have already been mailed out because I had them mailed directly to these people. Some of these things are sitting right here, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So starting off, I have my list of all of the people that I shopped for this holiday season here, and I'm going to just run down the list and show you what I got, kind of haul style. Now, excuse me, I have the list in front of me on my computer, but starting off with my mom and dad, you can see here on this list. Oh, P.S., if you're anybody who I know in real life that just saw your name on this list, do you want me to move the pillow? Sorry. My dog is here today. Normally he's at work with my husband when I film, but it didn't work out this week, so he's here. Okay, so starting off, you can see that I have my mom and dad in one section. I do buy them like a joint gift. And this year, it was supposed to be a digital gift card, but it ended up being not a digital gift card, and I actually had like a gift card mailed to me, but I got them a DoorDash gift card. They do DoorDash from time to time, and they're also the kind of people that have kind of everything they need as far as stuff in life, and also like a lot of stuff that they don't need. So whenever I buy a gift for my parents, I try to not have it be something that's going to add clutter into their life. Additionally, with a lot of consumable gifts like lotions or olive oils or food items, they tend to not eat them. They just tend to sit. My parents kind of have the stuff that they use, and that's what they like, and that's that. So for them, gift cards is really the way to go, so I did get this DoorDash gift. Going in next, you see the name Steph there. That is my sister, Stephanie. Now, my sister and I have kind of an arrangement where for every holiday gift-giving season, birthdays, Christmas, whatever, we just send each other a budget, and then we send each other what we want. Because my sister, she's not really a minimalist, but she doesn't like to have... Hi, baby. She doesn't like to have stuff that she's just kind of particular. She kind of always has been with gifts. And I am a minimalist, so I guess I'm kind of particular just in a different way with gifts. So we've just sort of, it might feel impersonal or whatever, but it works for us where we just send each other kind of what we want within the other person's budget. So my sister sent me this t-shirt that she wanted from, I don't even know where. She just sent me the website and I bought it. So this is the t-shirt that I got my sister, and I don't have it to hold up, but it was delivered to her, I believe, 3 days ago. So she's definitely going to get it before Christmas time. She sent me her size, she sent me what she wanted, so I imagine it's going to fit. And I know that she loves this gift already. Okay, next you see Jean. That is my husband's name. And for my husband, I obviously live with him, so I don't need to be mailing things out to him. So I have his stack of stuff right here. Starting off, I actually gave these to him early because he has one pair of PJ pants, but he is 6'4", so he's very tall, and oftentimes standard size PJ pants leave his ankles cold. And there was an instance like 2 weeks ago where he straight up lost his PJ pants, so he had no comfy pants to wear around the house. Now, I bought him this pair of longer sweatpants as a Christmas gift to be like a secondary pair, but he had lost his pair temporarily and I felt bad, so I gave them to him early. These are a pair of Champion sweatpants. They are long enough. They're a cotton poly blend, and the reason that I selected these is because they have this type of a pocket on the side in addition to the standard pocket on the waistband. And a lot of times when he's sitting with his phone in his PJ pants or sweat shorts or whatever, things fall out of this type of a pocket. It's just sort of the nature of that kind of a pocket. And I like these because he can put his phone and headphones in them, sit on the couch, and not have everything explode out of his pockets. He, like I said, already got these, and he's been loving them. He actually wants a second pair, so good gift for him. Additionally, for Jean, my husband, we have just a couple of throw blankets around the house, and they're kind of supposed to stay downstairs in the living room and the family room so that they're kind of available to use in the spaces where we watch TV or cuddle with Bailey or whatever it may be. But they tend to float on up to his office when he's playing video games in his office. So I got him a blanket for his office specifically, and it is red and gold because it is a Gryffindor blanket. And right now, it's not as soft as I think it's going to be, but I think it'll get soft after I washed it. But red and gold, I think, will go well color-wise in his office. He's also a huge Harry Potter fan and needed a blanket. So this is, you're definitely not going to be able to see it all, but this is his Gryffindor blanket that's going to go into his office. And I think he'll like that a lot, being the little Harry Potter nerd that he is. And then also for my husband, a lot of these gifts have backstories, which is kind of how I buy gifts. Like, I buy gifts based on backstories, I guess is the best way I could describe it. But when my husband and I were on our honeymoon 2 years ago, he kept talking about how magnificent the robe in the hotel was, because it was like a luxury hotel. It wasn't our honeymoon, it was our wedding night. We actually didn't get to have a honeymoon because of COVID, but our wedding night, he kept talking about how magnificent the robes were, because this is like the most expensive hotel we've ever stayed in our entire life. And the robes were like a really thick cotton, really, really nice robes. And he kept talking about how nice it was to be able to walk around in a robe, whatever. A robe is not the kind of thing that he would ever buy himself. So I found this robe on Amazon that's a double-lined cotton fleece. And it was kind of expensive for a robe, in my opinion. I think it was like $85. But it is also in his favorite pattern. Something you need to know about my husband is that he loves red plaid. And I have absolutely no idea why, but my husband is so synonymous with this color that even this pattern, that even his friends will call it the Jean pattern. We have bought dog beds, my dog's like little sweater in a red plaid, he has a flannel in a red plaid, a pillow in a red, he loves red plaid. I don't know, I guess it's like very American and he's all about that since he immigrated here. But this is a very, very luxurious red plaid jeaned pattern robe. So that is for him as well. All right, and then going into his stocking stuffers, because we do a few stocking stuffers, but we try to keep it relatively inexpensive. I've been seeing on TikTok people do stocking stuffers, and it's basically like anything that can fit in a stocking, but some of these stocking stuffers are like really expensive. And I don't know about you, but I didn't grow up that way. The stocking is like usually crap from the dollar store, or like food, little stockies, like weird kitschy, anyway. So that's the tradition that we've continued in our household. So right now I just have these hot chocolate bombs that are Irish cream. He very much likes hot chocolate. I think he'll like the hot chocolate bomb. I don't know if he's ever had a hot chocolate bomb, but I also still need to go to the dollar store and get a couple of other little snacks to put in his stocking, but this is so far all I have. And that is it for my husband, Gene. He obviously gets more presents than other people, but that's because he's so near and dear to my heart. The only other person who I think gets more gifts than my husband is my dog, and that's, I mean, come on. So next here on the list, you'll see Vladimir. Now, Vladimir is a very good friend of both my husband and me, so this gift was going to be coming from both of us. Now, this gift I haven't actually purchased yet because he's currently out of the country and we don't know exactly when he's going to be back, so I'm waiting to purchase it for when we have like an arrival date. But Vladimir is very much a minimalist, like to the umpth degree. He doesn't like a lot of excess, but there are certain things that he's very passionate about and has interests in, and therefore collects things in regards to. One of those things is cycling. He is a big biker, big bike fanatic, will opt to take a bike instead of a car more times than not, in addition to biking on the weekends. So I saw this book. I believe this book was produced by a YouTuber who did like a very extensive bike. I remember seeing this a very long time ago and putting it in like a folder for gifts for other people for when Christmas rolled around. But this is a book about somebody who did a very large expedition biking event. It's beautifully illustrated. The photographs are very high quality. There's a lot of cool information in there. And I think he will enjoy reading this book, but it'll also be good like coffee table book, something like that, so that he can have maybe 1 or 2 decorations in his currently very empty house. But even though he's very much a minimalist, I do think that this book is like perfect for him. Additionally, and I mentioned this in my like practical gifts video that I posted, by the time this goes up, it'll probably be a week or 2 ago. But I'm also getting him these mixed nuts. He's very much a healthy guy, doesn't do a lot of sweets, although he likes sweets. He very much loves nuts, but he usually gets them unsalted, unsweetened, whatever. So this is kind of a healthier way for him to have a treat for the holiday season. So he's getting this bike book, very, very nice book, in addition to this pack of like mixed candied nuts. Haven't bought them yet, but they are in my cart and ready to purchase. Okay, next here is Molly and Thomas. Molly and Thomas is a couple friend of both my husband. A lot of these gifts are kind of like from my husband and me, because a lot of our friends are sort of like, we're all friends with, that's how it goes when you're in a relationship. But this is Molly and Thomas. This is a gift that I had sent out through Amazon because it was free shipping, and we just got them like this really yummy snack box. Again, we're all adults and most of us like have everything we need. So come Christmas, it's nice to receive things that maybe you wouldn't buy for yourself, but I do prefer to give things you wouldn't buy for yourself in a consumable sense, so I'm not cluttering up my friends' houses or lives. Now, my friends, Molly and Thomas, are very snacky people. They love charcuterie boards, so this was a very easy buy for them, and it was sent to them through Amazon. All I had to do was click, buy. Super easy, super streamlined. Molly and Patrick. I keep referring to this list like you know these people, but Molly and Patrick are 2 kiddos that I used to babysit, and now every single Sunday since I moved, 2 years ago? Every single Sunday since we moved, we have a Roblox date where for an hour on Sunday we play Roblox together, talk about school, talk about what they're learning, whatever. I don't know how long that tradition is going to continue, but as long as it's continuing, I get them a Christmas gift and I get them both a birthday gift. Because we play Roblox online, it's a really easy gift to just get them a Roblox gift card. I got these 2 gift cards in digital format and I emailed them to their mom and dad to give to them on Christmas Day. So that is what they got, and I also mailed them some cards with some nice little letter, like a nice little message in them. Okay, so next here you see my friend Mary, my friend Anya, and Anya and Mila are related to me, but I also consider them family and friends. Mary is my friend. Now, in the interest of streamlining, I got them all the same gift, but I think they're all going to love this gift. All 3 of them are very into skincare, very into beauty, but they also, I don't think, would buy these for themselves. So here's what I got. So they are all getting from the brand Kitsch, which is a brand that I love a lot. I have 2 hair towels from them. They make really, really good like beauty accessory products. These are satin pillowcases, and if you guys don't know, it is recommended by like the beauty world to sleep on satin for both your hair and skin health. So all 3 of them are getting a satin pillowcase from this brand Kitsch. In addition, I got this like gift set of Skin Iceland eye cooling masks, and there are 4 in here, so each of them are going to get 1 of these in addition to that pillowcase, and I am going to keep 1 for myself. And they'll be mailed out. Because these are smaller, it's going to be less expensive to mail them out than things that I've mailed in the past. Like, mailing things, it's expensive. So I'm glad that I got those because I can put it in like a USPS envelope instead of a box, cutting the price just about in half. Okay, Vitali is my father-in-law, and this gift is coming from Jean and me. Actually, all of these gifts are coming from my husband and I to these people. But this is my father-in-law, and very similar. He kind of has everything he needs. He's a very utilitarian guy, so he doesn't like clutter or excess or like kitschy little things. He does, however, like most people, like food. So we got him a slightly bigger than Molly and Thomas's little snack box with meats, cheeses, chocolates, cakes, candies, and I think he's gonna like that a lot. And just like for Molly and Thomas, it was mailed out to him on our behalf via Amazon, making it 2 clicks, super easy. Next on here is neighbors. I have 3 neighbors that I wouldn't call them like friends yet, but we do dinners at each other's house once a month, so they're more than just like neighbors, if that makes sense. So there are 3 sets of neighbors, and all of them are also getting the same thing. I made them all a seasoning blend, and I talked about this on TikTok, and everybody on TikTok was like, that's the worst idea you could ever come up with. And I really don't think it is, because I've received a homemade seasoning blend as a gift before when I was a teacher, and I liked it. So that's kind of why I came up with the idea. You get these little jars from the dollar store. You can get seasonings in bulk from anywhere, but I chose to get them from the dollar store because I was going to be making so much of this. And it turns out really good. A lot of people think that seasonings from the dollar store are like lesser quality. And they're probably lesser quality than like really nice seasonings, but they're probably the same quality, or I know them to be the same quality as like many of the brands at Walmart. So I don't know what people's issue was on TikTok. They really hated this gift idea, but I thought it was a good one, and I'm going to still be giving it to them along with a card for each household, the 3 households. Additionally, 2 of those households have children. And for children who still believe in Santa, I like to give them reindeer food. Reindeer food, you give cookies to Santa, you give milk to Santa, and reindeer food is basically like a biodegradable food, in this case it's oatmeal, that you sprinkle onto the lawn so that the reindeer can eat while Santa's delivering the presents. And it's really super cute, but I'll be sharing it at the end of this video, but just know that the kids in the neighborhood that I know are getting these. The kids that believe in Santa, anyway. Next here is Bissa. Bissa is my friend Rachel's nickname, and I actually sent this out to her a little while ago before I had the conception to film this video, but she got some bath bombs and some bath salts, because baths for her are kind of 2 things. So number 1, she is a pagan witch, and baths for her are very spiritual. When she like I don't exactly know how it works, but she like adorns the water, and it's like a spiritual experience for her. So I got her like organic bath stuff for that. But also, she's like a very anxious person, and baths are one of the only ways that 100% of the time can help with her anxiety. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 for her. So that has already been mailed out. Bailey is my little puppy who is right here sleeping. And ordinarily I film these videos when he's at work with my husband, but for scheduling reasons that didn't work out this week. So I'm going to show you his gifts in the kitchen, because I don't want to show them to you here now, because then he'll see them. And I know some of you probably think that's stupid, but I want him to be excited about, he likes new stuff. Like, he genuinely notices and likes new stuff, and I want him to have new stuff on Christmas Day. So I'll show you that in a minute when I'm in my kitchen. And then the very last person here is Miss Lily. We have some friends, not family, stutter much. We have some friends that are staying with us over New Year's, and I mentioned this in a video a little while back with regards to the Inventor's Box. And in that video, I shared what an Inventor's Box is and also how I made her Inventor's Box. So I will link that down below if you want to see everything that's in this Inventor's Box. But basically, an Inventor's Box is like a DIY craft box gift that you can give to a kid so that they can use their creativity making all kinds of things with what's within the box. And actually, under that video, there were a couple of parents who were saying that, oh yeah, like, here's a great idea for an Inventor's Box. My kid loved X, Y, and Z. And it was like the most special memory ever. So in that video, not only can you get the idea of how I made an Inventor's Box, but you can get an idea of what other families have done as well. But that is going to be for her, and like I said, that will be linked down below. And actually, that looks like it's it. So that is everybody on my Christmas list. I used to, way back when, I probably pre-COVID, I used to kind of buy small gifts for like every acquaintance in my life. And I think that's because gift giving is like one of my love languages of what I like to do, not necessarily receive. For receive, I'm words of affirmation. For giving, anyway, it doesn't matter. But I used to give small gifts to like every acquaintance in my life. I've stopped doing that. But what I do now for all of the acquaintances in my life is I send out a Shutterfly like Christmas card, which has not arrived to me yet, but when it does, I'll post a picture of what it looks like right here. This is the Christmas card that everybody on the gift list and also a bunch of acquaintances are getting as well for like their Christmas gift, if you will. Okay, so this is me in my kitchen because my dog is unlikely to see what I'm doing compared to when he's sitting right on the couch next to me. But this is his bag of gifts. I get most of his toys at Ross because I find like Petco and PetSmart to be very expensive when a lot of the toys that are at Ross and TJ Maxx or whatever, including like dog beds and everything else, way cheaper, especially because now that he's like becoming a chewer, they don't last as long as they used to. So I'm giving him all of this. In addition, we're gonna go to Petco next week and get him like a very special, you know, there's like birthday dog bones where they're kind of like a cake looking. We're gonna get him one of those for Christmas as well as like a very special treat. But this is what he's getting as far as toys. So, and they're all from Ross. So this was a 2-pack of little Christmas bones that I think he'll like a lot. He is gonna get this rope toy. This, I want to like show you that they squeak and they crunch, but then he's gonna notice. But this is Ruffles, kind of like, what are they called? No, Ruffles. Ruffles is how, this is just spelled like dog rough instead of rough like the brand. Next are these 3 rings. He currently actually has these 3 rings in like the not Christmas colors, and he has chewed through one of them and is halfway chewed through the other. So this will be a really good replacement for when that one finally gets chewed through. Little rope toy. And then lastly, he is a Frisbee boy. Loves Frisbees. But the problem is he just like chews and chews and chews the Frisbee in between fetching. So I got this because it's a little bit more durable than the hard plastic Frisbees that just kind of snap when he chews them. And then I have to throw them away so that he doesn't get like shards of plastic into his body. So that's everything for my dog. That's everything for everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I don't know what other celebrations happen in December. If I'm missing one, let me know in the comments down below, but happy whatever.